Hey everyone, Rick Albert here. So this is a kind of, we'll call it like an emergency update because I've been hearing more and more concern from the real estate community that there might be a housing bubble for two reasons. One, interest rates keep going up, up, and up, and people are super freaked out about that. And the second is that foreclosures are up 700% year over year. So let's go ahead and talk about what these two things actually mean. So we'll start with the interest rate. First of all, interest rates right now are in the mid 5% range. They were, in the mid threes literally 6 months ago. The Federal Reserve is doing this on purpose. They're pushing interest rates up to slow down inflation. That gives actually first-time home buyers a chance to actually save up for a down payment, right? Because before they were constantly chasing the market, and that was a big problem. So what does that mean for LA and Southern California? Is that a problem? Well, yes, it is a problem because people are getting priced out, but it also means they can shift neighborhoods. So one of the things that Southern California has to offer is a wide variety of neighborhoods at a wide variety of price points. So for example, if you get priced out of Granada Hills, you can move over to Mission Hills. Or what a lot of buyers in the San Fernando Valley are doing is they're getting priced out, so they're going to Ventura County, the Simi Valleys, the Thousand Oaks communities, right? So people have an option to move and work within their budget. The second thing let's talk about is the foreclosures up 700%. That freaked me out. I'll be fully honest. I was totally taken aback. I'm like, holy crap, are we going to have a housing bubble? Then I dug more into it. We were actually looking at, according to the Motley Fool, 23,204 foreclosures. So is that a lot? Keep in mind, no matter how the market is, good, bad, or indifferent, there's going to be some level of foreclosures. So because over the last 2 years, we haven't been able to have any foreclosures whatsoever, of course the number is going to be huge. Of course there's going to be a ton of filings because finally some of the banks can do that, right? Because there were some people that were hurt by the mortgage crisis with COVID and everything, and they just couldn't actually bounce back, which is very unfortunate. So let's take a look at this 23,204 foreclosures. Now, of course, it's not split up evenly across 50 states. It's going to vary state by state, city by city, but for the sake of conversation, let's split it up per state. That would take us to 464 foreclosures per state. Still, does it sound like a lot? Let's break it down even more. In the state of California, we actually have more cities than there would be foreclosures. So it'd be less than one foreclosure per city. That is not going to make a huge dent in the market, right? That's not going to be enough to provide inventory. The statistics are there. Month supply is still low. We've seen it creep up very little, but it's still below 2 months, which is still very fast. There's still buyer demand, especially as interest rates are going up, and they've already told us in 2022 there's going to be 7 rate hikes. Next year we're looking at about 4 rate hikes. So interest rates can still go up. So that gives kind of the fear of missing out for buyers. So if they're thinking, okay, I want to buy now because I got to lock in the interest rate now, then they're going to jump on it. That's going to keep demand hot. And if you're a seller, you just have to make sure you have the right agent representing you to market it to the right groups of people. So for example, you have a listing in Simi Valley, you're going to want to do heavy marketing in the San Fernando Valley. You want to reach out to those agents and say, look, I got this great house. It is cheaper than what it is in San Fernando Valley with these great interest rates because it's still historically low. Talk to your parents, talk to your grandparents, and say, what was the interest rates pre-2008? They were in the 6 to 8% range and they were totally content. Got it, different story. You understand what I'm trying to say here. So, if you're looking to sell, should you sell today? The answer is yes. You should still sell as long as you know where you're going to move or where you're going to establish this money. Are you going to put in a different investment property? Are you going to move out of state? Whatever it is, you got to focus on you and what's important to you. Now, if you're on the buy side and, I'm meeting a lot of buyers who are like, I think I'm just going to hold out for a little bit. Here's the concern. Fast forward 2 years from now. There's no indication that prices are going to go down. Let's say prices stay put, right? Let's say there is no appreciation for the next 2 years. Are you ahead? The short answer is actually no, because you're still renting, right? That's the big thing about real estate and why it's considered to be one of the safest safest investments you can make. It's because you have to have a roof over your head. I don't have to go out of my way to invest in stocks. That's a choice, but I have to have a roof over my head. So either I'm still living with my parents, that doesn't work for everyone, or you're either renting or you own. So if you're paying $3,000 a month in rent, you wait 2 years, you've just spent $72,000 and have nothing to show for it. Versus if you bought, at the very least, you've paid down your mortgage, you've built equity, you have something. Plus, there's zero signs that rents are going to go down anytime soon or at all, at least for the foreseeable future. So if you're house hacking, you can continue to raise rents year after year if it makes sense. It doesn't always make sense to raise rents on your tenants, especially if you have very good tenants, considering the political climate, which we're slowly getting back to normal, whatever that might be, but it's something to think about. So really, the point of the matter is, should you be freaking out because of a big bubble that's about to burst? Short answer is no. The data is not really showing that. We're just seeing a lot of headlines that's freaking people out. If you want to follow me, don't forget, I'm at Rick B. Albert on the major social media platforms because it's important. I'm trying to relay good information. If there's something you want me to talk about personally, I would love to. Comment below. Tag a friend who needs to hear this. You guys have a great and amazing rest of your weekend.